Good afternoon, and thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us this afternoon on a very hot June afternoon. It's always great to be inside sometimes, but I hope that the music will warm you up as much as the air conditioning is cooling you down. We welcome you very much to Morningside Presbyterian Church. I'm Jonathan Crutchfield, the organist and choir master here, and it is my sincere pleasure to welcome each and every one of you. You're in for a treat. You already know that. So I'm not going to go over Megan's bio. You can read that for yourself. Some of you probably have helped to make that bio what it is, and we thank you for that. So you avail yourself of her bio. We also have a reception that we would love for each and every one of you to attend after the concert today, and it is in our Welcome Center. So down to your left, we'd love for you to come and join us and extend your thanks to Megan for this concert this afternoon. Of course, no concert anymore would be the same if we didn't say, would you please check your cell phone? That's just one of those standard things, isn't it, anymore that we have to do. Your ringtone would be a lovely addition, I'm sure, to Megan's music, but if we can expend without it, that would be great. So if you would mind turning that off, that would help us as well. Today's concert is a fundraiser for our choir to go to Europe next summer. And so if you're in a generous mood this afternoon after the concert, there will be 3 people out in the narthex that would be happy to take any donations that you have. If you're going to write a check, just write it to Morningside Presbyterian Church for the choir tour, and we will make sure that gets to the right place for you. Again, I extend my sincere thanks for you being here this afternoon. I have 2 things to tell you about the opening 2 pieces of music, and then I'll ask you to help me welcome Megan to the stage. So our first piece of music, these 2 Italian arias. The first one Megan has written. In Greek mythology, Paris, the son of the Trojan king Priam, is in love with Helen of Troy. Now, Paris has never met Helen, only heard of her renowned beauty. Paris, being extraordinarily handsome himself, has set sail to Troy, seeking to win Helen's hand in marriage. He sings this song as his ship enters the harbor. This piece was assigned to Megan by her high school voice teacher, Michael Rice, for her college auditions. Mr. Rice devoted his career to growing adolescent voices, truly a master of hearing the potential in a kid's voice. He also had a knack for assigning pieces that would grow with the singer. And of the second piece of Italian aria that you will hear, Alma del Core, Megan writes this. The second piece, Alma del Core, comes right from the standard book given to all young people beginning their study of classical singing, 24 Italian songs. This, again, is another example of pieces that grow with a singer. Would you help me welcome Megan Mashburn?
Oh Musetta's Waltz is a very famous opera aria. You're probably going to recognize it when you hear it. So in the middle of the hustle and bustle of La Boheme, really an opera you should see, even if you're not an opera lover. It's gorgeous, it's the best music. Musetta sings this song in the middle of a busy Parisian cafe on Christmas Eve. All of her friends are sitting there and she walks in with her sugar daddy. Yep. She does all of this, makes a big scene to catch the attention of her ex-boyfriend, Marcello. She's really hoping to rekindle their love affair, but she doesn't want to make it seem like it was her idea. And the ploy works. next set. Okay. Takes a minute to situate all of this, so give me a moment. Okay, so Jonathan had already mentioned my high school teacher, Mr. Rice, and these are more songs that he assigned me that I've carried all these years and really enjoyed singing and, again, growing with them. So anyway, he assigned this to me my senior year of high school. And this is a particularly special song. I think it really reverberates with all of us if you listen to these words. We have all come to points in our lives where there's going to be a change, and you need the support and love of your family or friends or your community to get you there and bring you back. So this is what Marta Keene says about her song, Homeward Bound. Finding your true calling in life, knowing that those who love you trust that you will return. I wrote this song for a loved one who was embarking upon a new phase of life's journey, to express the soul's yearning to grow and change. So the next three pieces after that are all taken from Aaron Copland's Old American Song set. He found these songs, which are just, some of them were just scratched down on little sheets of paper or something, while he was researching American poetry and music at the John Hay Library at Brown University. So one of these songs requires a little bit more explanation. I Bought Me a Cat is an especially fun children's song to sing, and though it seems remarkably simple, it is really difficult for both the singer and the pianist to really just get through it. So I've sung it to Emmett multiple times, and he loves it. The only thing he objected about was some of these animals in this song don't say the normal animal noises that we teach our children nowadays. So, for instance, our hen today says shimmy shack instead of cluck, cluck. So it really bothered Emmett. But now he's developing a sense of humor, and I think he really gets the joke. So I hope you enjoy this set of American songs. In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red, when the summer ceased its gleaming, when the corn is past its prime, when adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time, binding not to the pasture, chain me not to the plough, set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. If you find it's me you're missing, if you're hoping I'll return to your thoughts, I'll soon be listening. In the road I'll stop and turn, then the wind will set me racing as my journey nears its end, and the path I'll be you somehow. In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, I'll be homeward bound again. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I bought me a cat, my cat pleased me. I fed my cat under yonder tree. My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a duck, my duck pleased me. I fed my duck under yonder tree. My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a goose, the goose pleased me. I fed my goose under yonder tree. My goose says, "Quack, quack." My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a hen, my hen pleased me. I fed my hen under yonder tree. My hen says, "Shimmy shack, shimmy shack." My goose says, "Quack, quack." My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a pig, my pig pleased me. I fed my pig under yonder tree. My pig says, "Groovy, groovy." My hen says, "Shimmy shack, shimmy shack." My goose says, "Quack, quack." My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a cow, my cow pleased me. I fed my cow under yonder tree. My cow says, "Ba, ba." My pig says, "Groovy, groovy." My hen says, "Shimmy shack, shimmy shack." My goose says, "Quack, quack." My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a horse, my horse pleased me. I fed my horse under yonder tree. My horse says, "Neigh, neigh." My cow says, "Ba, ba." My pig says, "Groovy, groovy." My hen says, "Shimmy shack, shimmy shack." My goose says, "Quack, quack." My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." I bought me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree. My wife says, "Honey, honey." My horse says, "Neigh, neigh." My cow says, "Ba, ba." My pig says, "Groovy, groovy." My hen says, "Shimmy shack, shimmy shack." My goose says, "Quack, quack." My duck says, "Quack, quack." My cat says, "Feel la vie." It's really ridiculous. mothers, come, sisters and brothers, come, join us in singing the praises of Zion, the praises of Zion. Oh, fathers, don't you feel determined to meet within the walls of Zion? We'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round the walls of Zion, the walls of Zion. Come, fathers and mothers, come, sisters and brothers, come join us in singing the praises of Zion. Come, fathers and mothers, come, sisters and brothers, come, join us in singing the praises of Zion. Oh, fathers, don't you feel determined to meet within the walls of Zion? We'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round, we'll shout and go round the walls of Zion, the walls of Zion, the walls of Zion. Okay, the Ballad of Baby Doe is based on the life of the actual person, Elizabeth Baby Doe. Baby Doe, this takes place back when the West was just being birthed, basically. Baby Doe falls in love with an older Horace Tabor, who is the owner of a very profitable silver mine in Leadville, Colorado. There's a problem. Horace is married to Augusta, and Augusta hates Leadville. She hates all the people around her except for a few. She sees it as beneath her, and she really wants to go back home, which I think is in the east. So she comes to find out that Baby Doe and Horace are in love, and it's just love. They can't help it. So Augusta swears to ruin Horace. Once they are divorced and Baby Doe and Horace marry, this ruins her name. This ruins Baby Doe's name, and she has no more friends. So it's really just down to her and Horace. And then the price of silver plummets, and they're left paupers and penniless. So it's kind of an odd story for an opera. I wonder why it's not done much. But anyway, they do have eternal love. And in the true story, she and Horace actually live in the mine because they have nothing. And he dies, and she continues to live for quite some time after him and lives with the memory of his love. So very... very cruel, horrible story. So I hope you enjoy this. No, I'm just anyway, it's an odd story. This opera is particularly difficult to do because it's, you'll hear, it's very American, but it takes very specialized singers to sing it. And Baby Doe has 5 really long, big arias. And I love them. I feel like Moore wrote this kind of thing just for me, so we'll find out if it sounds that way. So anyhow, here are 2 pieces from the Ballad of Baby Doe, the Willow Song, and then the Silver Aria. Thank you for staying. I got to work with the local legend Betty Colson for quite a long time, and she introduced me to German operetta, which I like to think of as the German people's Broadway or music theater. So these next two pieces are very different. One is very slow and thoughtful, and the other one is just silly and ridiculous. Eine wird kommen comes out of the, I bring it to you again, tragic operetta Der Tsarevich. It's loosely based on the life of the exiled Alexei, who is the son of Peter the Great of Russia. Alexei is Peter's heir. Alexei doesn't want to be his heir, so he runs away. He's running away with his mistress, who is a peasant, Sonia. And they're in love. They're hidden for 2 years, and Alexei is found and convinced to come back and take over his father's kingship, or Tsar, I guess, become Tsar. So he concedes, he leaves Sonia behind, and he's ready to assume his role as heir. Upon returning home, he finds that his father has tricked him. He is arrested and thrown in jail, where he dies. Yeah. Again, why don't we do this one? Why? Okay, so the next piece is from probably the most famous German operetta, Die Fledermaus by Johann Strauss. And again, this is another opera that, if you don't really even like opera, you should go to this one, because it's funny. It's really funny, catchy tunes, kind of an earworm kind of thing. So you might have heard this one before. So this is the story, one facet of the story is Adele. She is the maid, and she has lied to her mistress, saying that her aunt is seriously ill again. This happens all the time, apparently. She wants to go out with her sister to an aristocratic party, so she borrows her mistress's gown and shows up, and surprise, surprise, her employer, her mistress's husband, Eisenstein, is there too, and he thinks he recognizes his maid in his wife's dress. So Adele has to think really quickly on her feet to get out of this one. So here is Eine wird kommen and Adele's laughing song. Eine wird
Nun
So, I love being a mother. It is the greatest joy of my life, and the funny thing is I just really didn't expect it. I just really didn't. So I've found that the words of the next medley, which is so kindly thought of and arranged by Walter Huff and Jonathan Crutchfield, I find that these words are particularly poignant to me. I'm going to read this so that I don't get emotional, okay? I find them to be poignant to me in that I have a child who loves learning. He wants to know every meaning of every new word he encounters. He picks up on everything that Mark and I say and the things we do. He's so perceptive. These little kids are sponges. My mom always told me that, and she's right. So they're so impressionable. Jeff Peters introduced this song to me, New Words, right after I had Emmett, and I loved it immediately. And it's taken me some time emotionally to be able to sing it, because it's just precious, and it just captures a lot of the things I feel about my child. Emmett has always been fascinated with the night skies, the moon, and the stars, and he's turned out to be an especially sensitive child. It's Mark's and my goal to instill in him love and kindness towards other people, and really understand the meaning of love, that it's not just a word that we say, but it's in our actions and how we look at our friends and families and even people we don't know. So love is a thing that grows and becomes more complicated the further invested one becomes. My favorite line in the song is, "Love, so hard to say, my son. Love gets harder." So I'm understanding this and finding this enormously true, being a parent and finding new levels of love. The last two pieces are just beautiful and fun to sing. Audra McDonald sings When I Fall in Love on one of her CDs, and she just gets it. It's so beautiful. And she says that this is a question each person asks in their life. When did this happen? When it's right? When did I fall in love? It just kind of happens. You just slide into it. And this is my beloved, my very first voice teacher, Marlon Davies, who is actually in Israel right now. She's so cool. She introduced this song to me, and I think it's closer to an American operetta, this whole show Kismet, which this piece is taken from, than it is really to musical theater. So you listen and make your own decision about that, but you can listen to the entire work. I think you can find it on Spotify or YouTube with one of my favorite sopranos, Ruth Ann Swinson, and one of my favorite tenors, Jerry Hadley, and it's just glorious music. A lot of the themes are taken from Alexandre Borodin and his concerti and just his greater works in general. Another piece that you will know from this musical is Stranger in Paradise. Anyway, I've enjoyed so much singing for you this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming on this hot, hot day. And just thank you. This has been a lot of fun for me. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Children
affection? When did affection suddenly soar? What a strange and beautiful touch, that I love him so much when I didn't before. When did I fall in love? I can't recall, not that six.